Untitled.
I didn't have time to think of a
Kevin,
name.
Untitled.
I'm an electrical engineer. Does that mean anything to you guys? It shouldn't. It's just a title. It's just jargon. It does not describe who I am or what my goals are. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, for those of you who do not know who I am, my name is Kevin Woods Jr. I graduated from Sacramento State in spring 2011 with a degree in electrical engineering. And since that time, I have made it my personal goal to improve my communication skills. And that is why I'm here today doing my fourth speech. The topic of this speech is how to say it. How to be clear and concise and get straight to the point with correct grammar, with minimal jargon, while I display my message to you guys in a way that you guys can understand and relate to. So when I was sitting at home reading through the pamphlet, wondering, okay, what am I going to talk about on Wednesday? Took a while, but it finally came to me. I figured, what if I talk about us relating those same rules of this speech to our goals in life? If we were clear and straight to the point with what our goals are, wouldn't we have a better understanding of really what they are and what we really want to achieve with those goals? As well as being able to describe to somebody else what your goals are in a way that they can understand or relate to. Not in the sense of asking for their acceptance or agreement, but more of a mirror test in the sense of being able to talk to somebody and get their feedback to see if they clearly understand your message. Because if they do not clearly understand your message, then maybe you need to reevaluate your goals in a way that you can clearly explain those to somebody, because then maybe you don't have a clear understanding yourself. So tonight I'd like to talk about one of my main goals in my life. And one of my main goals is to be free. And I don't mean to jump out of an airplane with a chute on my back type free, or to run in the wilderness butt naked type free. Let me go in further in detail. I have two descriptions of what free means to me in my goals. And the first description is to be financially free, not to have to worry about money. I don't want to have to worry about where my next dollar is going to come from. I don't want to worry about living paycheck to paycheck. I don't want to have to worry about Obamacare and being able to pay my health insurance. I don't want to have to worry about not being able to take my family out to sushi for dinner, help my parents financially if they ever need it, helping my sister go to college when she's ready to go, and being able to help my kids when I do decide to have them go to college. These are all worries that people have today of how they're going to financially be able to support whatever they need to do. And that is part of the reason why I have the goal of being financially free, because I don't want to have to worry about those things. Let me ask you guys a question as an audience. Can we all agree that many marriages today end in divorce because either the lack of money or the misunderstanding of money? If we could take those two things out of the marriage, can we also agree that there's a greater possibility of more marriages being successful? I'm not saying that there's not going to be any issues in a marriage, but you have a greater chance of being successful. And I'm not here to be Kevin the marriage doctor or anything. I'm just stating this because with my goal of being financially free, this is something that I wouldn't have to worry about in my marriage. And I would also like to have control of my time, which leads me into my second description of what free means to me, and that is free with time. I don't want to have to worry about punching the clock Monday morning. I don't want to have to worry about working 40 hours a week, stressing and slaving just to help somebody else achieve their goals. And I don't also want to have to work 40 hours a week for 30 years just to enter the golden years. I believe everybody in this room are in their golden years now. The years that can shape your future. Not 30 years from now, walking around with a cane or who knows what, you might not even be here. Can you guys all imagine this Sunday coming up, being in Cancun, Mexico, 85 degrees, laying on the beach, just lay there and listen to the ocean. And you're laying there on your beach towel, laid out, and your hands are just playing with the sand, and you're just wiggling your toes. And you take the towel off your face and go, "Hey babe, can you give me another mango margarita?" And you just cover your face back up and you just lay there and relax. Not having to worry about rushing to get back to work on Monday to punch that clock, to help somebody else achieve their goal. So, To wrap up my message, I want to say that we have to be clear and concise and straight to the point with what our goals are. Because this will allow us to really understand what we want and put us in a position to be able to achieve those goals. And on top of that, be able to do a mirror test with somebody else to be able to describe your goals. And in a way that they can understand and relate. Because if they can't, then maybe you need to adjust your goals and how you explain them, because then it will help with your understanding of your goals. And I believe that once we can do these two things, we have a better chance of achieving our goals. Mr. Toastmaster.
I know in the hustle and bustle of our lives, our 60, 70-hour-a-week lives, it is easy to put it off, to live the past or the future and not think about in depth what your long-term goals are. And the only